So it looks like there's been an update to the Tectone situation. Let's get right into it. I don't waste any time.
You not, I am maybe 15 minutes into my stream on YouTube and Kick so far. I am, let's double check this, day 3 into my ban. And during this ban, I thought, okay, well, there's no way that it's gonna get any fucking dumber. There's no way that Twitch is gonna fuck up again. And let me just lay you some
Never doubt. Human stupidity is very persistent.
groundwork. So I have now been banned 3 times over the past 60 days. One of them admittedly was deserved. I told a viewer to kill himself. I shouldn't have fucking said that. But to be fair, I had a really big tummy ache and he was being cringe in my chat and he was ruining solo leveling. And I got a little bit angry, right? We've all had bad days. Anyways, since then, I have never told another viewer to inflict harm on them because I said, oh, that's bad. Skip forward a little bit. I get banned because I call Frogan fat after she said all American soldiers have PTSD. I feel like I have a broken fucking record at this point. And then fast forward again, 2 women call me a rapist, so I call them whores. And I get banned and they don't. So,
which we proved last time, they do in fact meet the definition of whore. I haven't done a video on Frogan yet to see if she is in fact gravitationally challenged. I'll do that here soon, probably tomorrow.
Here's a little bit of an update. And this has never been said before on a YouTube video or a tweet. However, I have said this to some of my close personal friends in real life, and obviously my favorite people in the world, which is my beautiful children here in my chat. I love them very much. So a member of Twitch.tv official staff reached out to me. And you may or may not believe this. And there's going to be some things that I'm going to ask you guys to take my word for. And then there's going to be things that I'm going to show you proof of. The thing that I'm going to show you proof of is the most important thing. So the thing that this whole video is about will be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Okay? It will be. And it's gonna fucking make you realize how retarded these people are running the fucking Twitch.
Oh,
it is insane.
We have a
so
pretty good
I would
idea.
like to tell you guys that Twitch staff reached out to me. And get this, I got an apology. I did. I got an apology.
So did they unban him? So
Big. Yeah, they said that we didn't understand the matter fully. And they asked me, is there anything we can do to make it up to you?
Hit the fucking button? Probably unban him? Send out a tweet? Do fucking anything?
This is all true, by the way. This is all true. And trust me, you will see what will happen very soon. And you'll know it when it happens. And I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say what it is because that ruins the fun. But something big is going to happen because I said, okay, if you'd like to make it up for me, then you can do this. I contact 40 of my moderators and I ask them to compile something for me. They compile it. I have a
Oh, I swear to God, if this man had his moderators get all the receipts and put them in a nice little video file for Twitch and said, take care of it. And if Twitch does, in fact, do that, that might be the only thing to get them out of this hole that they are digging them for themselves. The only thing. Because all Tectone or any of us are asking is for them to execute their policies fairly and be even-handed with punishment. Doesn't seem like a hard concept.
Massive 4.5 gigabyte folder, and I say, I would like you to do this. They see it, and they say, thank you for cooperating with us. We'll see what we can do.
All right, well, I'm a little less hopeful now after hearing that. But there's a chance. There's a chance they may do what is economically best for them. But we'll find out.
I say, thanks. Can I get unbanned? They say, of course, just submit an appeal.
Wait a second. I'm having a hard time processing that. You came here with your hand open with an apology, knowing you banned this man, and say, is there anything we can do? You guys said we didn't understand fully. So you admit you acted without thinking, without consideration of the facts of what was happening. And you just didn't expect him to ask to be unbanned? Why wouldn't you just unban him and say, hey, we unbanned you. We're sorry. Why would they do that?
So I submit an appeal.
Which, in my opinion, isn't even necessary at this point if they're out here handing out apologies.
There's three teams. There's three teams, by the way. This is how the unbanned ban system works. There is the upfront Twitch moderators, and then there is the appeal reviewers, and then there is the people who actually do the bans and unbans.
That seems completely preposterous. How? Okay, hold on. Before I go criticizing their business platform, how many bans a day do they get appeals for? That would be the question we should be asking. But how many high-profile partner bans like they're doing to Tectone are they getting a day? That number, guarantee you, is significantly smaller. Especially for ones that you're apologizing for. There's probably only one that in recent history now that allegedly Twitch came out and apologized to the creator for. So why wouldn't they immediately have those people unban him, knowing that's what he wants? Instead of this 3-tier process. I understand why processes exist. I was part of the military. I understand how there's redundancies, and to some people it sounds silly and stupid, but it's probably a bandwidth issue. With how there's X amount of stuff coming in and only a few employees to handle it. I understand divvying it up. But this is obviously a special case. Why would he need to go through any of that when you allegedly admitted you were wrong?
So I talk to the moderators. They can say I can get unbanned. I go through the appeal system. I submit an appeal.
Which he shouldn't have had to do. If the moderator says he can get unbanned, it should have just been done. Done and dusted right then and there.
It takes them 36 hours. Wait, no. 42 hours to review my appeal.
They're supposed to respond within 24 hours after you submit an appeal. So they're ignoring him.
After submission, it's supposed to take 24 hours. My appeal was then approved, but I did not get unbanned because now it's fucking Saturday and I got my appeal approved at 11:30 Friday, and they're not gonna unban me till Monday because their bans and unbans don't work on the weekends.
That seems almost intentional and very convenient. Almost like how Hassan got banned on his day off. And they're like, oh, we can't do anything about it. So why that's fucking silly. You can't pay an intern or somebody to come in and hit a button for an hour. You can't pay him 1 hour of time to go hit a button. That's dumb.
So,
and wait a second. And if the appeal process is those 3 steps and you get approved, but your appeals get approved, that means they're saying you're correct, or at least that you've rectified the issue. Why isn't an automatic system in place to make you unbanned so you can continue producing content for this platform? That's just a bad business decision. That's an entire weekend of content that he could have been putting on and getting ad revenue for them. Why wouldn't that be an automatic thing?
I get to stay banned for 2 extra fucking days because these people don't know how to do their jobs. Now, I just want to know, Why in the fuck do you need 3 separate teams to do the job of one compartmentalized team? You do not need.
The answer is you don't. You don't. Certainly not at this stage, after it's been approved.
The talkers to get them to submit an appeal, then you can't read the appeal. Because if you're already talking to them, that's when you make the judgment of when you're going to get appealed. And then if it's just, then you press unban. Why do we need a 3 separate tiered system to enact justice? Why?
I'm sure it's probably because of just the issue of how many bans are happening and processing them all and reading all the appeals process. That's one thing. But let's be honest, this is one of Twitch top's political streamers, at least, or most edgy ones. He banned him. It's blowing up on Twitch, it's blowing up on X, it's blowing up on Instagram, it's blowing up everywhere. And they took the effort to contact him and apologize. They should have had a plan for this, especially after that one mod or whoever you talked to. If they had the juice to say, yeah, we're going to fix this, they should have just fixed it right then and there. They shouldn't even made him do the appeal process. It's ridiculous.
Is something that people's livelihoods not going to be taken into consideration and fixed because it's the fucking weekend.
Not only that, it's not just people's livelihoods, it's their business practice losing revenue because you're not producing content on their platform. That's just a bad business practice and bad business decision. The appeal process should be review, approval, unbanned. Why is that not? Once it's approved, it's automatic unbanning. Why, that you don't need that a person there to hit that button. That could be ran by a fucking AI.
You can't just have it to where if the appeal gets approved, then they're automatically unbanned? How does anybody feel comfortable streaming to this website when the entire foundation is built off of what I would call as a compliment, mental retardation? Because how dumb they are, I can't even think of a word to properly describe them. I want to remind you guys, at a point, I was living paycheck to paycheck off of Twitch. Before that, well, I was homeless, right? But regardless, and broke. Because sometimes homeless people have money, and I do need to specify that. Homeless and broke. Because okay, just be real. In El Paso, Texas, homeless people make more money than a fucking teacher, right? Like, genuinely. Because I think the average homeless person makes like $29,000 a year off of tips, and that doesn't get taxed. But teachers made like $32,000, but that got taxed, so it went down to like $28,000 or some shit like that. This was a thing back in 2012. It was fucking ridiculous. That shit still blows my mind. Teachers are the most important job in the entire fucking world. Being a good parent and being a good teacher, the 2 most important jobs, because the youth is the next generation, and if we are not taking care of the youth, what the fuck are we doing? That's a topic for another video. Teachers deserve higher pay. And honestly, parents should really lock the fuck in and raise their kids right. Stop fucking brainwashing them with Coco Melon and letting them listen to all these fucking woke-ass influencers that are gonna mind wash them and pump chemicals into their fucking body at 8 years old. All right, let's just, hey guys, how about we just let our kids watch SpongeBob? Regardless, if you are a Twitch streamer, how do you feel safe when incompetency runs rampant when it comes to terms with your livelihood? How do you feel comfortable being like, you know what? I'm going to all in on Twitch every day for 12 hours. And if you're a VTuber and you show a little bit too much hip, no, I didn't say tit, hip.
Talking about the fucking cartoon people? It's a cartoon.
Hip. You're going to get banned for 7.
I guarantee you if I went on Twitch's front page right now, his headliners, there'd be at least one chick with all her bust out where you could see pretty much all her cleavage. But hips are a problem?
Fucking days.
Make it make sense.
And then here's the kicker. You get bans for 7 days, and then you get no ad rev for 3 weeks. Here's the reality of what I will be doing when I return to twitch.tv/Tectone. I will be turning off all ads. I will be turning off all ads.
As you should.
Because I think the viewing experience on Twitch right now is fucking miserable.
I think you should go a step further than that. I think you should do a 24-hour stream with no ads on at all. Invite other creators to come and collab. Do what you got to do. But make it the most expensive stream you can possibly make for them and make sure they get as little money as possible. And you could even name it the fuck Twitch stream if you want, or the payback stream, or something like that. That's what you should do if you really want to be petty, which I am all for.
Punishing your viewers with 6 minutes of fucking ads every single time they boot up a stream is fucking insanity. And I will be real, I'm bitter as fuck because when I lost all my ads were still running on my channel. And do you want to know why that is, lovely people?
Because they want to make money and they don't care about the people who are helping them do it.
People of YouTube and Twitch and Kick and Twitter? Because while ads were running on my channel, guess who was collecting all the revenue? Was it me?
Twitch.
It was Twitch. They ran ads on my channel that I was getting 0% of, and they took all of that. Do you want to know why there's so many people coming at me right now, and there is only one other man who has covered my vindication? Asmongold, by the way, love you, dog. Appreciate you.
I'm trying, bro. Man. I just don't have any
because they're lying to you. Do you know how many people on the internet have lied on me to give me this reputation? Let's be real. Like let me give you my proper descriptor. I am a fucking jackass. I am brash as fuck. And honestly, I'm probably a little bit too autistic because even though I like telling the truth, there are some things that I maybe just shouldn't say that I say anyways. I am a dickhead.
'Twas the tism, me lord.
I am an asshole.
I
am a jerk.
Anybody who's been in the military feels
but
that.
The problem is, all these dipshits online want to label me as a criminal. Are you guys noticing how in 2025, I'm getting bigger and bigger and bigger? So the lies that people tell about me have to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You want to know why that is? Because these people are horrified of people who tell the truth. Why the fuck do you think they go on Asmongold so much? Because that's another motherfucker who tells the truth. Why?
Yeah, because that's the tactics of the weak. They will intentionally make the biggest and boldest lie so that their fans will defend it for them. They don't even have to provide receipts. Just like those girls who called them the R word. I won't even say it out loud because of worry of getting punishment. But yeah, people will make crazy assertions and crazy assumptions and all this stuff just to put the shadow of doubt into people who aren't paying attention. It's a lazy, pathetic, weak tactic for weak people. And weak people are intimidated by those who tell the truth. So be careful who you're following.
Why the fuck do you think they go on the unsubscribed podcast so much? Because those are other motherfuckers who tell the truth. And are you noticing how one side fight with the truth and the other side fight with lies? I call Frogan fat. Truth. I call Denim's a whore. Truth.
By definition, true. By definition, he is correct.
They call me an abuser. False. They call me a criminal. False. Unless you're talking about arson. Maybe I killed one person with a death note, but honestly, that had to have been a coincidence. There's no way that I'm a celestial fucking being. But this is the reason why people are going crazy.
Don't doubt
is because the amount of falsified information that is running rampant on the internet in 2025 is insane. And the amount of mental wherewithal you have to merely inform people of what is right and what is wrong is insane. Do you know how mad it makes people when you all refer to me as a martyr? Do you know how many videos I've seen of people losing their mind when all I say is I'm a good person? Do you know how mad that makes them? Let me give you the number, guys.
What the fuck does that even mean today to be a good person? Good is subjective. If you're a right-winger, the left is always going to think you're a bad person by default. If you're a left-winger in the extreme right, they're going to think you're a bad person by default. People only consider people good if they agree with them, because people are getting more and more petty and more intolerant of each other's beliefs. So for anyone to say they're a good person and truly be a good person is extremely rare nowadays. I'm not saying Tectone's a bad person. I consider him to be a genuine person because that's a lot easier of a status to achieve, because all you got to do is tell the truth and say what you feel. I'm sure you'll make mistakes, but he'll own up to them I'll try to own up to them. I'll have so far my entire life. But no one's perfect. But this good person, bad person, it's all bullshit at the end of the day. It's whether or not you tell the truth or not. Good is subjective. Bad is subjective.
As 37 videos I've seen. I've watched them all. I like watching content that hates on me. I like it because sometimes I learn, but usually I just get a good laugh. It makes these people so mad when people call me a good dude, a good person, a good streamer. It makes them so mad when you say he died for our sins. He's a martyr.
He's a great man.
It drives them insane. Guys, I have seen a 58-year-old, bald, beardless man get so angry, and you guys know who I'm talking about, so angry he started drooling with how rent-free I live in this guy's fucking
homie's a walking thumb
head. Just to name one. Because this is their strategy. They lie about me, and this is how they deem me a bad person. Because they believe the lies of other people. I want you to understand this on how crazy this is. These people are so obsessed with taking me down, their number one strategy is weaponizing a liar, where anything they say is the truth and anything I say is a lie. When there has been zero proof of me doing anything wrong. Nothing. You want to know why that is? Do you want to know why it's been a year and there's still been nothing? Because to quote a great man, Thriller Bark, One Piece, Best Straw Hat, one of them, Zorro, the Samurai, nothing happened. It's, I agree, chat, a gaslighting circle jerk. And this is happening to me. And I want you to understand to how many other people that this has happened. They make a mountain out of a molehill. Anything you say is a lie. Anything going against you is the truth. They are full of shit, deceptive fucking liars who are desperate for analytics, so they believe anything and they post any rage bait to fit a fucking narrative so that way they can get their numbers up. They're parasites. They're leeches. They're failures. They're clout chasing whores begging to God that you click their OnlyFans because they're too untalented and lazy to get a real fucking job. Like anybody should give a fuck about you. I see dumbass OnlyFans bitch talking about, I lost 20 pounds. I'm so proud of myself. My weight loss journey's been incredible. Bitch, you got liposuction. You work for nothing. You have no purpose. You have no drive. You have no determination. You pay to take shortcuts while real people in the world work to where they get at.
If I remember correctly, Tectone was like 300 pounds at one point, and he's down like 80 pounds. So I can understand why he'd be upset with people proclaiming success with weight loss after doing liposuction and shit. I perfectly get it. I go to the gym. I'm no super athlete. But yeah, I would get irritated by that. Someone professing their success in the gym and fitness by getting liposuction or some kind of retarded implant.
But you take any opportunity. You will lie to get to the top. You will fuck anybody to get them on your side. You are all pathetic. I will be here forever. And you want to know why that is? Because I don't got to suck the dick of anybody. Because I worked for everything and I was handed nothing. And the handouts that I got honestly made my life harder than they were before. You think that everything that I've worked to get can vanish like that because your career came like that. After you sucked a couple dicks and you got a couple surgeries. My career was building this shit from the ground up by my fucking self. Going live every day, ignoring the fucking hate comments no matter what. Whether it was the retards from Arknights, these motherfuckers who thought I was cheating at video games because I was too fucking good, to all of the pussies who were mad because I didn't like your favorite video game. Eat my ass. And every single time I go live, every single time I get a new subscriber, it drives y'all fucking nuts. So suck my dick. You think I'm going anywhere? Yeah, fucking right. Bitch calling me a grifter. I've always been pissed off.
All right, well, I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, it sounds like Twitch is just continuing their BS. Hopefully, that file he gave him has some spicy stuff, and hopefully we see some spicy stuff and maybe some redemption for Twitch coming down the pipe. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if I suck, and if you got any pointers for me. I'm trying to adjust my audio settings to get better. I'm changing some things up. Thanks for watching.